Hello everyone, we're here at Peterborough drive test today. We're waiting in the parking lot. You will be waiting here and the examiner is gonna come. When the examiner comes to you, you will have to start the car, put your seat belt on. The examiner is gonna come to you from the left side, and the examiner will introduce himself or herself, and then she's gonna ask you for your driver's license. You will have to present your driver's license. Then he or she will ask you for your full name and your date of birth, and then the examiner is gonna go, maybe they're gonna ask you to honk the horn. You'll have to do beep beep, and then the examiner is gonna go to the front of the car and will ask you to turn on the right signal, then left signal, and then the examiner will move to the back of your car, will ask you for the right signal, left signal, and then we'll ask you to put your foot on the brake, off the brake, and then the examiner will come and sit on in your car beside you, and then we'll give you the iPad, and then we'll read some stuff you will have to sign, and then we'll give you directions. So as you're leaving the parking lot, make sure you turn on your signal, and put your car in drive, turn on your signal, make sure you're looking left and right as you're moving out of the parking lot. Make sure there are no pedestrians, no cars, and then you're gonna come out. As you're coming out, make sure you're keeping an eye on any cars that are pulling out, and then we will be moving forward. It's better to keep the speed between 10 to 15 kilometers here, as there will be a lot of people, and then we're gonna be moving towards here. There's no stop sign here, but I would suggest you turn on your signal. I would suggest you still stop, look left, make sure there is no car, no oncoming traffic on the lane that you're turning onto, and you will turn on here into the first lane. There's only one lane. The speed limit is 50 here. Make sure you're maintaining the 50 speed limit, and keep on checking your mirrors, maintaining proper distance from the car ahead, and look for any cars coming out of any driveways here, making sure you're checking your mirrors left, right, speed limit as well. The road is a little bit bumpy, but it's okay, so you can maintain the 50 speed limit here. Keep going. You will be asked to make a left turn on the upcoming traffic light. Right from here, make sure you turn on your signal, check your rear view mirror, signal blind spot to the left, and then you're gonna reach here. Once you're here, make sure you're maintaining enough space, your stopping distance. You should be able to see the tires and a little bit of the road from of the car in front of you. While waiting here for the traffic light, make sure you're doing a good traffic check, making sure you're checking your rear view mirror, left side, right side. Keep yourself busy. You can even keep an eye on the pedestrian countdown. That will help you, and you can determine when the light is going to turn green, or the opposite traffic light when it's going to turn amber. It's always good to have your eyes everywhere, making sure that, okay, so now the traffic light is green, we're going to move. As you're moving, make sure there's no upcoming traffic, and then you're gonna make your left turn into the first lane closest to you. When you go about 15 to 20 meters, then you will be changing your lane to right. Make sure you're doing mirror signal blind spot to the right, and then the speed limit here is 60. Make sure you stay on this lane unless you're asked to do a lane change here. The examiner may ask you to change your lane to left and then back to right, or they might ask you to change your lane to left. When changing lane, please make sure that the road is clear. Make sure you're checking your rear view mirror, signal to the left, and then blind spot, and then you can move slightly to the left. Again, traffic light here. Make sure you're watching your speed limit, and we're moving forward. The good thing about Peterborough drive test for G is that this road goes straight to the highway. And as we are going forward, this upcoming traffic light, make sure you're checking the traffic light. And okay, I'm gonna stop here. The traffic light turned amber, so make sure you are stopped at the right position. And while waiting here again, make sure you are checking, you're doing a thorough traffic check, all sides. We'll wait for the traffic light. The road ahead is the ramp to the highway. Like I said, while waiting for the traffic light, it's always a good practice to do traffic check, because one of the questions on G-test is that there was no traffic check while waiting. So while we are waiting, make sure that you are looking left, right, rear view mirror, keeping an eye on the traffic lights as they turn green. We're gonna move forward. Okay, there's a green arrow for the traffic that's turning left. We're still waiting for the red light. If you're on the left lane, it's good, because then you don't have to change another lane. But if you're okay, the light is turning green, we are going to move forward. The traffic on the right lane, as that lane is closing, will try to merge into this lane. So in here, this is the ramp for the highway here. The best thing is that you can pick up your speed right from here. The speed limit on this highway is 100, and as you approach here, you will turn on your signal. Make sure you're checking your blind spot. Do not try to get into the highway very quick. Once you approach to the end of this acceleration lane, you can get into the highway. You might be asked to change your lane to left and then back to right. Make sure you're doing mirror, signal, blind spot. Change your lane to left and then back to right when it's safe. Mirror, signal, blind spot, and then you're gonna come back, and then you will be asked to exit here. So mirror, signal, blind spot to the right, and we will be exiting here. And as you exit, keep your signal until you enter, and then you're turning off. The speed limit, recommended speed limit here is 70. You can keep at 70, it's totally up to you. But then this road will be divided into two. We're keeping left here. There's a stop sign coming up. We will keep on left, we don't have to. And as you approach to this point, you will turn on your signal, mirror, signal, blind spot to the left. There is a one-way stop sign coming up. You will have to make sure that you come to a complete stop here. Once you stop here, check your rear view mirror, left, right, make sure there's no traffic, and then there's a car coming, so I'm gonna wait for that car, even if it's far, because the speed limit on that road is 80. So now it's clear. I'm gonna turn left. The speed limit on this road is 80 kilometers an hour, but by the time you get to 60 or 70, you will be asked to get back onto the highway. So as we are approaching to the bridge, right from here, you can check your rear view mirror, signal to the right, blind spot to the right, and you will be merging, getting in back to the ramp of the highway. So when you're entering the ramp, make sure that you are in a good speed, that you have a good control of the car, and try not to twist around the steering wheel, and keep going. And from here you can start picking up your speed, because this ramp is not very long. Make sure that you get to the speed of 100 and you turn on your signal back to the left. And then as you approach to the end of the acceleration lane, I am at 100 right now, and I will be merging into the highway, and that's pretty much it. So you will be driving normal. You might be asked to change your lane to left and then back to right again. So change your lane, make sure it's safe, there's no conflict, and then you will be asked to go back to the right when it's safe. You're gonna do mirror, signal, blind spot, and then you're gonna come back to the right lane and maintain your 100 speed here, and then you will be asked to exit here back on the parkway. Make sure 100 meters in advance you do your mirror signal, blind spot to the right, and where the broken lane starts, exit right here. Try to get in, keep your signal on until you reach to that V shape of the highway, and as soon as you approach here, you can turn off your signal. The suggested speed limit here is 60. You can stay on 60, you can go 5 above or below. It's not a big deal. When you get here, try to maintain a good speed that you can have a good control. And here you have the option whether to stay on the left or right, but it's better to stay on the right so you don't have to keep on changing lanes. You will be faced a traffic light here. Make sure you come to a complete stop, maintain the gap between the car in front of you and yourself for as long as you can see the tires and a little bit of the ground. Complete stop. The traffic light is turning green. We're gonna start moving. Depending on the examiner, they might ask you to do a lane change here. If not, you can just keep going on the same lane, because this is the lane that is gonna go back to the drive test. We can stay on the lane. Do not try to attempt to change lane unless you're asked to do so. There is a traffic light, another traffic light. We're gonna stop on Crawford. Once again, stopping distance, very important. Traffic check, make sure you're checking your mirrors everywhere, especially for the G road test, making sure that you are always on the lookout for traffic check, and blind spots, very important. I can't insist enough on blind spots and traffic check for your G road test, very important. While you're waiting at the traffic light, keep an eye on your mirrors, your signals, traffic lights and everything, and we're gonna move. And we will be facing another traffic light ahead. Also very important that you're staying in center. Try not to straddle, that your tires are not touching the lines here and there, making sure that you are in the center of your lane. Another traffic light, try to stay where you are. Do not, because the right lane is turning into the Costco. We're staying on the same lane, and as soon as we pass this traffic light, you will be asked to turn right, and that's where we're going to be turning right there. We're waiting for the right traffic light again here. Again, good traffic check while waiting for the red light. Checking your side mirrors, your rear view mirror, maintaining good gap between yourself and the car ahead of you. Very important. All these little things add up, and it's a good practice to be doing a good traffic check. So we're moving forward, and right from here, mirror signal, blind spot to the right, we're gonna get into the lane. As you're approaching, keep the signal on. As we are approaching here, there is a yield sign there. Make sure that you're checking for the left side. If there's any traffic, good practice is to slow down and check for any traffic. If not, you can keep going. Again, we're back to the same road that the speed limit is 50. Maintain the 50 speed limit here. Keep an eye for any traffic if they're coming out from anywhere. There's this car that is trying to turn left. Make sure you slow down and then you go back. Speed limit is 50 again, and we will be going back to the drive test, Peterborough drive test. As you can see, the pickup truck came from the right side. Keep an eye on the traffic like that. When you approach here, there is one lane that is turning right. Make sure you're staying, you're keeping left. As you saw, the pickup truck turned left, and we are going to come here, and you will be, make sure you're turning on your signal, mirror signal, blind spot to the left. You're gonna come here. and we're going back to the drive test. While you're here, make sure there's no car. As you can see, there's a car coming. I want to make sure that there's nothing there, and then when it's safe, I'm turning left. And when you're coming here, make sure you're watching for any pedestrian and stuff, and then you will be asked to park in one of the spots, so anywhere here. Again, when you're here, watch for pedestrian, look all around. You'll be asked to park here. Make sure you have your signal on, check your blind spot, everything. And I'm going to park right here, nice and slowly, and you'll park your car, and that's the end of your road test.